I'm Adam Voigt. My story really begins and ends with being a teacher. Probably began in my first year of teaching way back in the 90s in a remote Aboriginal community, and I have a funny feeling that those kids perhaps taught me more than I taught them, because what I discovered in that first year was that for real learning, for high level learning to work, we had to make it interesting, we had to make it engaging, we had to make it relevant, and we had to make it exciting for them. I've always been a pretty ambitious person, and while I'll always work with schools and the learning that happens there, it did get me to thinking about what about all the people who've missed their chance? What about the people who are out there now in businesses and in companies whose performance and whose well-being is not being transformed by terrific learning theory? So that made building real learners a bit of a no-brainer. And so what it's about is saying that can we bring the learning activity to our businesses and our companies that means that we don't have to learn from a guru on the stage with a slide deck, that we can actually find more effective ways to learn with and from each other as we move forward. It was a really clever guy called Ari de Hoos who said that the ability to learn more quickly than our competitors may just be the only sustainable competitive advantage. And then he went on to completely transform Shell into a global superpower. So what we want to do is to bring that theory of learning, of how we can be more effective teachers, to our leadership. And that's about just going back to the teachers that had a great impact on us and being as firm and fair as they were. And we can show people the strategies that they can use, but we can also take them through to making learning a really strong cultural feature of your organisation. And that's when we can get into flipping the learning model, providing online learning platforms for people, and showing people how mentoring and coaching can complement to take people out of just attending your workshops as a measure of their learning and stepping up into really higher levels of learning and behaviour change. All of this brings me back to being a teacher first. So whether I'm on the stage, or whether I'm in a classroom, or whether I'm in a boardroom, or whether I'm writing, I'm always a teacher first. Because what I've learned about learning is that learning isn't a commodity. Learning isn't something that I give you and then you now have it, and then you've got it as a tool that you can use in your life or in your work. Learning changes us. Learning turns us into someone different. Learning is a transformational process, and being a part of that and being able to facilitate that is something that is just so exciting, and it just always makes me wonder, who wouldn't want to do that?